Well, let's get started. Shift A to adding a cylinder. Let's just do right here and we'll get to this tab and we're gonna do some changes. So 32, I think, is a lot. I can this time just do 14 or 16. Let's do that. And then this time I'm gonna make this thing is a little bit longer. I think maybe probably just do 3 should be fine. And other than that, I think we can just getting started to this and go to the edit mode, hitting tab key and Control R to adding some loop cut. So what I would do here, I'm just going to scroll the minimouse wheels and left click. I know this is not enough, so what I would do, I'm gonna type here, let's do 30, let's do 20. Let's do 20. That should be fine. And click that. So I have 20 loop cuts. And basically, I'm going to divide all these 20 cuts by 4. So basically, every 4 loop cuts, I'm going to make sure it's being selected. So I'm going to go to the Alt Z X-ray mode. I'm gonna hit the B key and then middle mouse button, click and drag. So I'm going to deselect all these 3 vertices. Hit the B. Deselect all 3 vertices, hit the B, all 3, hit the B. So every 4 rings, 1, 2, 3, 4 as 1 unit. So I'm going to repeat that. So this one should be all good. So I'm going to making sure I deselect that. So I'm going to go to the top view, and now I'm going to hit the G key to just grab it and hit X key to do this. So make it everything a little bit easier. What I can do here, I can making sure the snap tool has been turned on, click that, and you can even just change to the increment. So I think the increment should be good. So basically what it means is if I go to the top view, hit G and hit X key, so it's gonna snap. You see this a little bit slow on that because it's snapping on each increment. So basically what I can do here, I can just kind of drag like 2 increment right here. So it's about like 0.2 meters on here. Then go to the front view. I'm gonna select the ring below that. Alt click, Shift click, Alt Shift click. Okay, so these are the second ring that I'm going to move. So go to the top view again, hit the G and Y key, kind of move to the back from the top view. So 2 increment. So that's good. So 2 increment. Go to the front view. Then I'm gonna move to the next ring. Hit Alt Shift click and continue do so. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the one. I'm going to select this ring. Okay, and then this time go to the top view. This time we're going to, from top view, we're gonna go to the left. Hit G, X, 1, 2, snap. So 0.2, good. So then the last one, I'm gonna move to the very last ring. So this one, Alt click, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one, this is the one. So making sure you select it correctly. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So sometimes it's just getting confused when you look at this. Then all these rings, go to the top view again. This time we're going to move to the back or to the top from the top view. Okay, hit G, Y. 1, 2, okay, 2 increment. Now, if we go to the solid mode, Alt Z, so everything's been finished. So I can select the top ring, go to the top view, hit I key to insert it, and hit I key one more time. And the same thing for the bottom one. Select that, hit I, insert it, I one more time. So now, what we can do here is basically, you already have the screw shapes already. So what we can do here, we're gonna go to the Control 2, adding 2 level of subdivision modifier. So we can have that and hit right click, shape smooth. See, this is a pretty cool shape actually. So if you are going to reuse this, or you can make it longer, hit S, Z to make it look like this. So it can be a prop, and or you can just really squeeze this thing down to make the edges a little bit sharper. It depends on how you use it. Okay, now once we have modeled this shape, and if you want to do something a little bit creative, and also you wanted to learn something different, so what we can do here is to adding a lattice. So basically it's more like a liquify tool that you can use in Photoshop. But let me show you how. Shift A to adding a lattice. Okay, right here. Hit S key to scale it up. and they're kind of like making sure you're including this shape, and then go to the side view, hit X, Y, hit S, Y, kind of shrink it down. Everything is in the cube. Go to the top view, hit S and X. So just kind of barely touch the shape of this box. So this is kind of the cage that we're going to modify this shape using this cage. When you select the lattice, and if you see here, we have like a grid icon. Click that. This is the lattice setup. So basically, we can change the resolution UVW. So if you're adding like a number, so you can actually having one more line in this particular plane. So same thing for V. Well, let's do that. And W is just how many vertices in here. So I think this is a good amount of number. Next, we're going to parent this mesh with this cage or the lattice. So select that and click that when you're holding Shift key, and then hit Control P, and then you set parent to. Not all these is go to the lattice deform. So click that. So now immediately you will see things being clapped into this. And if we go to the wrench icon to see the modifier, so you can see that the mesh already adding a lattice modifier to do the deform. Okay, you can change that to the top or move to the bottom. It doesn't really matter that much, but I can just move this thing up. Next, I'm going to select this cage, and now I can do deform. Go to the edit mode, hitting tab, edit. So now you can see we have some vertices going on here on the cage. So basically what we can do here, we can just grab a cage, one vertices. If I hit G to drag it, you see it's going to affecting on the shape of this mesh. This is much easier to manipulate the shape according to what you need. So what we can do here, go to the X-ray mode, Alt Z, and select all these vertices on the cage and hit S and shrink it down. So you can see that immediately this shape has been making a little bit sharper on the edge. So that's pretty cool, right? Hit S to shrink it down. You can see that the bottom circle is getting like smaller and narrower, and you can even hit G and Z to drag it, and hit S key to shrink it down. So you can do quite a bit stuff with it, and definitely according to what you need. This type of props can you can make anything like super cool, like this shape. This is more like remind me about a pasta shape, but you can do this type of thing using sculpting. But if you can do this using a just regular mesh, why not, right? It looks pretty cool, and I think this is going to be something that you want to try for sure. And once you do that, you can just simply apply this modifier, lattice deform modifier. If you do so, then you will be able to really adjusting that. So because if I enable this modifier, I can recall the original shape. So this is kind of like a non-destructive way to do this. So this is pretty nice. And yeah, so once you're having this done, you can actually hide it and to see how things goes. All right, it's pretty cool, right? Yeah. So I think this is everything I want to share in this video, and hopefully you really enjoyed this small, quick modeling tutorial or practice. And if you do, please hit likes and share this video, and leaving comments with your questions. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.